What's going on, guys? This video really quick is just going to be designed to show you how to do the ready set go, so it shouldn't be too long. No, you don't have to submit notes on it. All right, here we go. So the first problem, problem number 1 and 2 of the example, it says find the missing terms for each arithmetic sequence and state the common difference. Okay, so it tells you it's arithmetic. And also it says common difference. So remember, a common difference automatically goes with arithmetic. So it should be very simple. It just wants you to say what the heck you're adding or subtracting by every single time. All right. Let's make this a little bit smaller. All right, this next section, 7 through whatever, says 2 consecutive terms in an arithmetic sequence are given. Find the recursive function. Okay, so just looking at this, the first thing we're going to have to talk about is function notation. So you see some funky stuff here, and you're like, what the heck does that mean? Okay, function notation, f of 3 is the same thing as saying x equals 3. Okay, it's the exact same thing. This is just your x value. Okay, so if it says f of 3 equals 5, this is saying whenever x is 3, y is 5. Or if I was to make a table, okay, 3, 5 would be in the table. And then also, if you look up there, 4, 8 would be in the table. So now it just wants you to find what y equals at these two locations right here. So that's what you put right here and right here. And the recursive function, hopefully you guys have gotten to the point where you realize it's the current term equals the previous term, and then plus or minus whatever your common difference is. So in this case, it looks like we're adding by 3 every single time. So I'm just going to put plus 3 there, and this is my entire equation. So this is my current term. Current equals previous plus or minus your common difference, or your CD. All right. So the next section starts off with number 10. That one's the exact same thing, but the only difference is now you're talking about geometric sequences. And your recursive function, instead of having a plus or minus at the end, would have a what are you multiplying by every time. But it's still going to be your current term equals your previous term. And then you're going to say times your common ratio. Or you can say this, f of x equals your common ratio, f of x minus 1. So, for example, on this problem, we'll be multiplying by, to get from 5 to 10, obviously we're multiplying by 2. So that's all you really have to know to write your recursive equation. My current term equals 2 times my previous term. Or my current term equals my previous term times 2. So these are the exact same equation. You can write it however you want. Okay? But you still do have to fill out these last two. So what is y equal at the 5th term? What is y equal at the 6th term? I'll let you guys do that. All right, this next section is just saying find the indicated value of f of n. So you're solving for f of n, and it gives you a couple x values to test. So it says find f of 5. Let's go ahead and just do that one. Okay, f of 5 means x equals 5, or n in this case. So everywhere you see an n in the equation, you're going to plug in a 5, which is right there. Boop, boop. Okay, so f of n, or f of 5, equals 2 to the 5th power, which equals what? And then you just solve that. And so the answer, of course, is 32. If we did this one, f of 0, so f of 0 equals 2 to the 0. And anything to the 0th power is 1, not 0. All right, that's how do you do all of them. 15 and 16, you may get a little bit of trouble here. So be careful on this one. If your negative is inside the parentheses, then that literally means multiply -2 times -2 times -2. So for example, if you took that to the 3rd power, -2 times -2 times -2, that equals -8. But if you took this one right here to the third power, you'd have to make it negative at the end. So it's literally 2 times 2 times 2, which ends up giving you -8. In this case, you get the same answer. But if it's 4, for example, then you wouldn't get the same answer. This one would end up being positive up here because you multiply by one more negative. Anyway, I don't mean to confuse you, but this is how you do the assignment. Please let us know if you have any questions.